still up in the air, and I'm a veteran, so I'm waiting for, hi everybody, hold on. I'm waiting for the VA to get me into appointments. I'm scared to death. I have a rheumatology appointment to figure out, besides advanced osteoporosis, what else is going on with my bones and also my muscles. Like, the best things are supposed to come in threes, not the worst.
You, talking to you and seeing you, I feel like the inflammation is what's causing a lot of the pain. And you're just going to have to get the inflammation down.
Yeah. And I went to a healer and she told me I'm allergic to my dentures and the metal amalgam fillings that got left in my mouth.
Oh, so get them out.
Yeah. So I think you could be absolutely right.
I just know, I know because of my son having always getting inflammation. Inflammation is what does everything. And it's usually a funny thing to kind of just adjust, clear it out, get it down. And I don't know why our doctors aren't ready for that. Like, they're like, yeah, you're inflamed. Let's give you steroids and like a bunch of stuff. And you're like, yeah, no, how do I do this where I can detox my body naturally?
Yes. I'm busy trying to do that. I'm buying this machine. It's called a Healy, and it sends frequencies based on what's wrong with your body. It knows the right frequency.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, it's
You
not
think
approved in America. Go
it,
figure.
honey, nothing's approved here unless there's money behind it. Okay, that's how it
Exactly.
works. Unless it's a pharmaceutical drug that you can give billions of people, not gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm trusting that you're right, that it's inflammation, and I'm gonna get rid of it.
Well, and it's probably some weird underlying thing like Lyme's disease or like some weird Epstein-Barr fibromyalgia, like some weird random thing that we don't even understand yet. And
Yes,
it's like the rheumatoid. The problem is the body works as a unit. For forever, we had all these doctors that would be like, "Oh, it's the mind. Oh, it's the bone. Oh, it's like it's brain and gut." And we do know that that is connected. We are fully connected. So if there's inflammation in one part of our body, it sends triggers to other parts.
okay.
And that's new for us, right? That's a new concept.
Yes. Hey, you guys, welcome to Comic Spot. This was started so that we could bring you people who are legends. And I feel that we have a rising legend who's going to be somebody that's going to be as famous as Joan Rivers
Uh,
over her future. You just watch the career. She's going to leave a legacy, a mark, a stamp on this world. She's crazy funny. I've seen her in shows. I've been fortunate enough to be on mics and shows with her. She's off the wall, off the hook, crazy funny. Oh my God, to blow me away. Welcome to Comic Spot, Jessica Winther. Woo!
Thank you, Linda. Thank you for having me. I feel honored. I mean, your intro was like really sweet.
I love that you're here. Let me say some of the bullet points that you sent to me because this is amazing for people to hear. I typed it, but I'm going to say it. She's been doing comedy 4 years. Oh my gosh. She zoomed through the pandemic. All right. She's coming out in a movie. I think it's called Aftermath in August. We got to hear about that. She's produced sold out comedy shows that get great reviews, even from Karens.
Yeah.
I added that. She's performed with Saturday Night Live star Daryl Hammond and Jeremy Piven. Oh, you guys, Google this stuff. This is Googleable. Oh my gosh, she has performed with some other legends. She's a real housewife of the 818, and she's waiting for her Netflix special. And from my mouth to God's ears, you're going to see it in your lifetime. That's right. You heard it here. Welcome, Jessica. What's going on in your life this week?
Oh God, it's just really nothing. I mean, I just got back from an amazing road trip, comedy road trip from Chicago. That was, oh my God. Yeah, that was like crack cocaine and heroin all mixed in one. Yes, and my son has COVID, so that's been a joy. And I'm quarantining with my daughter. Well, we're not quarantining, but we're staying away from my son at my mom's house. So it's, it's just nothing was really happening. It's like really mellow. Nothing's going on. It's like just an average day in the Real Housewife of the 818. Like, what the hell? My fucking world is like freaking out right now. Oh my God. I'm like, what? And today's my son's 21st birthday.
Oh,
So, oh yeah, nothing like being 21 and having the gift of COVID. Like, yay for him. Jesus
it's more
Christ.
like covert.
Yeah, I wish it was covert, okay? Yeah, so I just got back from Chicago. We did a 3-day, 5-day, 5 comedy show tour. That was kind of crazy and fun. We were in Wisconsin, we were in Chicago, we were in a place called Buffalo Grove, and I've done a lot of comedy everywhere, right? We've done bars, we've done Zooms, we've done rooms with one person. We know what mics look like. You walk into doing a mic, and there's like 2 comedians, and it stinks like a sewer, and you're just like, okay, here we are. Well, we walked into a banquet room and I was told, oh, the audience is older, like in their 50s. And I was like, hey, that's my age. Like, whoa. I mean, I know we were in the Midwest, so like they're not gonna, be taking care of, have a dermatologist and like a facelift and all that shit that we do. But well, I do. But I was like, 50s, that's my age, right? We walked in and I was like, older. Oh my God, they had one foot in the grave. Okay. I was like, wasn't prepared for this. I was like, oh my God. It was literally a geriatric unit, which I have nothing against any of this. But I was like, holy shit, what am I going to talk about? Because I talk about being a real housewife and having 5 different specialists, and they have like 40. Okay. And then I was like, and I'm allowed. I mean, on my Instagram, it says just living loud. Like, this isn't a metaphor, okay? You can tell by hearing this, like, this isn't a trick. I'm loud. The back of the room was like, I can't hear you. I mean, I was like, you're 100. You're in the ground. Of course you can't hear me. You're a ghost right now. There is like, I was like, what the hell? So I actually loved it. It was super. I mean, I'm making jokes about it, but it was definitely one of those things. I was hosting the show and I was like, I had like a freak out. Like, I was like, and unfortunately, I kind of have this thing that's a little Tourette's. So then all of a sudden, every joke I gave, I was like, well, you're almost dead. You're almost dead. So not only that, I reminded them that they were almost dead like 20 times in 10 minutes. Okay. Like, it was, oh my God. It was definitely, it was fun and funny and a great experience to do stand-up comedy for, people who are one foot in the grave.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess that's what an older crowd looks like now. Okay. I'm just letting you know, like, I guess 50 is the new 20 and 95 is the new 50. Okay. So just keeping that in perspective, but it was super
That's going
fun.
to make it really confusing with the speeds on the freeway. If 95 is the new 50, that's going to mess up.
Honey, I've been doing that forever. I mean, that's what I say when I get pulled over. I'm like, what are you talking about? 95 is the new 50. Hello? Like, what is your problem? I'm sorry. I love when I get pulled over a lot. I'm a really fast driver. I drive like I'm actually in a video game, like Grand Theft Auto. And I do. I can't help it. Like, I'm like, where people are Sunday driving, I'm like, I got places to go, bitches. Get out of my way. I'll take anyone out. I don't care. Like, I'm literally like on the curbs, on the medians. I run the stop signs. The only thing I don't take out are the homeless and the hookers. All right, that's where we're at. It's the only thing I don't take out. Everything else, you're out. They're my friends. Everyone, right? Everyone's complaining about the homeless in LA, and I'm like, are you kidding me? They're my friends. Who's gonna protect me? Because I know some of these bougie people that I'm friends with, and I got to tell you, not so safe. I know the homeless got a knife and they're gonna pull it out and take you out. You know, like they got my back. They got my back. Because they're not too busy to show up. That's the difference. And they all travel in packs. They're right there. Like I got my own gang. It's like I'm in a Michael Jackson video. Beat it, beat it, beat it, beat it. Yeah, I'm the leader, and they all just follow along with their knives and their cell phones. And none of them are dying from COVID, just so we're clear, okay? They're tapped into something. I guess that's what blood transfusion and heroin is for.
All those syringes we passed by, that
Yes.
could be an antidote.
They're getting the plasma transfusion that's out there that no one's getting. Okay. They're exchanging their plasma with each other. Actually, that's a real thing right now. They're doing a plasma transfusion for COVID. And I'm like, one of them had it. They all shot it up. They're all fine. These are my people. Okay. These are my people. Stop trying to hate on them.
Totally. I hate that. I would, when you go to a new city, forget a tour. Go talk to the homeless. They know everything.
Totally. And they will give you the underground tour. They're going to give you the back alley tour. They're like, that's the real tour. Like, this is what the city, when people say, I want to know what the city really looks like. And we're like, oh, we'll do a bike tour with a college student that was imported from somewhere else. Just go with the homeless. And by the way, they all have bikes because one of them stole mine. So I can promise you they all have bikes. I had to walk home. I walk a lot. I cruise my area a lot. And I walk everywhere, and I don't care. I'm not scared of anything. And I had to walk under this underpass that literally is the apocalyptic town of what we're walking into. It's our future. I was like, oh my God, those are my old closet doors. I was like, oh, and there's my bike. Oh, and I was like, they are resourceful people. We're going to be eaten in the apocalypse because they know how to get around.
When in your life did you first realize you were funny, and how did it come out in you? Like, were you the funny kid in school, the quiet, shy one? Who told you? Who encouraged this? What's going on today?
That's a great question. That's such a great question.
Thank you.
I know people look at me and they see like midlife Barbie, okay, or Heather Locklear, and not after she got locked up, although that's what I act like. It's not the Melrose Place version, okay? or TJ Hooker. It's like when she was losing her shit, all fucked up on drugs. Yeah, hey, come here. But the truth is, I was actually growing up the Duff. I was the distinguished, kind of ugly. I'm not going to commit to fully ugly, but I was like more of the distinguished, ugly, funny friend. And I wouldn't say I was ugly, but my friends were so gorgeous that, I was the ugly one. Like, I'm a natural brunette. That's why I don't get away with any blonde jokes. Even I open my mouth and everyone's like, "Whoa, you are not a blonde." Okay, you are not a blonde. But I was a very, I had the glasses, I had the bifocals. Remember when we were growing up, like the glasses weren't glasses. They weren't thin. They were 6 inches. Like we were basically on, it was a stethoscope. I mean, not a stethoscope. What are the eye pieces? Fuck, what is that called? Why am I going blank?
I know what you mean.
Well, somebody I'm sure who watches this will be like, you idiot. It's this. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Guys, I'm tired. I just got in from Chicago. I'm dealing with a lot. I told you in the beginning of the show. So I had thick glasses. I had corrective shoes. I had braces. I had a headgear. I had a neck gear. Yeah. Like I had covered the gamut in awkwardness. All right. Like there couldn't have been any, well, actually, if I would have had like a leg brace, like that would have definitely been, like, those, anyone who had knock knee, they'd put you in these weird brace things. Like I didn't have those. I just had nursing shoes at like age 6 with little
Oh Lord.
ladybugs. So because I was that, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I came out of the womb, like I came out of the vagina, literally like smoking a cigar, like George. Like I was like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, that is true. I did come out like that, but I learned to adapt with everyone by kind of being that sarcastically funny kid who could get, that's how I got around and that's how I functioned. So I would be like, well, I'm not that pretty. I'm not that cute. I'm kind of awkward. So I'm going to make jokes about everything and I'm going to be the crazy one and I'm going to be the funny one. So that started early on in life. I mean, I started doing plays when I was in, I think, first grade. I mean, I was always reading. I love poetry. I actually, believe it or not, I was raised in Vegas, where you're coming from.
That's right.
Yes, I was raised in Vegas and in the 70s and 80s. And all I can tell you is we learned nothing in school. Okay. Like we learned like basically the literature you'd get was like how to win at poker in 21 shots or something, like it was really like how to make your moves. I mean, it was, that's kind of the thing. I will say I had great elementary teachers who introduced me to Shel Silverstein, who's was very big in that time,
Yes.
a 70s writer, and introduced me to theater and drama, and I always did dance. I was always performing. In fact, I was in dance at like 4 or 5 years old, and I would run around in the front yard in the desert in 120 degrees in my costume, singing and dancing and rallying the neighbors to like get in. And I was doing performances for the neighborhood. So I was always very introverted. So no, I came out like this. And then, I don't know. It's just I don't, that's kind of how I function, being kind of a sarcastic ass a little bit. And then, I had children. I have a 21-year-old and a 16-year-old. And when they started to get older, I've acted throughout my whole life, but really I raised my kids. I dedicated my life to my kids. And then I was like, wait a minute, it's my turn. And so I was like, I'm going to go back into acting. And a friend of mine, Jeff Garland, I ran into him. I hadn't seen him in a couple years at the car wash. And I said, I'm going to go back into acting. He goes, I'm going to introduce you to my agent. I'm 45 years old and I just came through a nervous breakthrough. Some of them, people call them breakdowns. I call it breakthrough. It's a long story. We don't have time for it, but just know I'm okay. I mean, I'm okay. I mean, I'm okay. Like, yeah. Right.
I hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. Like I made it through.
Yeah.
As I say, I'm okay. I mean, people are like, that girl is not okay. Okay. But I am okay. This is the norm for me. This is the norm. And he said, I'm going to introduce you to my agent. I was like, I'm not ready. And he did a performance at Flappers. He said, you should take a class here. I did, to get my feet back into acting. And I freaked out. I took a comedy class. Comedy was never my thing. I was like, I'm a dramatic actress. I'm a thespian. I'm a method actress. And the next thing you know, I'm in a comedy class. I get up, I do 4 minutes. And I didn't even think I could do that, which now 4 minutes is me saying hello. And I literally was like, oh my God, this feels so good. And I can't believe I haven't been doing this. And then doors just started opening.
Yes. Well, I want to know who trained you to be this funny? Did you get skills to come up with the combination? You have combinations of funny stuff inside every joke. It's like I can't think as fast as you, but if I could, I would be able to break down what you're doing. And it's like, the mechanics and you do it rapid fire and you switch up what you're doing inside of a joke, and I'm blown away. Who taught you, or did you teach yourself?
I've I took a class here in LA with Jerry Corley, who teaches solely mechanics. And I don't think like that, right?
Yes.
Like we already discussed my driving ability. Like that's how I function, right? I appear unbelievably scattered at all times. I have a lot of energy and I think really fast and I have ADHD. So I took this class and really he taught me how to write, and it actually scared me because what was happening is I was sticking so true to the setup and punch that I was losing the essence of me. And I was so nervous that I was going to screw up punchline and I was going to screw it. Can't work like that, you know. It's got to be because it is. I mean, everyone says comedy less is more. Less is more. And I see it. I agree with it. You watch Jim Gaffigan, you watch Tom Papa, you watch many comedians who go up and they set up and punch, right? And you go, God, that's so clean, that's so great, that's like so tight, and you love it. That's not who I am as a person. So what happened is I would write these tight sets and I would write and I had help. I work sometimes you do your set and then you think about it. But what I realized is my comedy is not just the way I write. Because the truth is, I think I'm an okay writer. I don't think I'm a great writer. I don't think I'm like out there going, yeah, this is. But I think that a lot of me is my personality, my self-deprecation. I'm okay to be super flawed. I look like Barbie and Heather Locklear, but my soul is a dark princess, an old meth user, a girl who grew up on the streets of Vegas in the 80s, and somebody who actually is unbelievably relatable, who looks a certain way, but their soul is biker Barbie bitch. You know, like, and so for me, I give you me. I write jokes. I write every single day. Some of them make them in. Some of them are funny. Some of them are not. But I read something early on, and Bill Hicks said, if you're not funny, be interesting. And I have to tell you, I don't think I lack in the interesting, okay? Because you literally are like, what is this psycho going to say next? Like, what is she going to do? Because at any given moment, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, right? It's like, I'm not sure. I will rehearse my sets or I will go over my sets and I will stick to that. I will go up and have a full intention of what I'm going to do for a night. And then I get on stage and I'm like, well, thank God I went over an hour of information and sets, because somehow I've just created a new set in the first 5 minutes that was not even in my set. So that's kind of how I work. And then what'll happen is I'll pull pieces from everything I've written. So there's pieces, you'll get pieces of stuff all over the place that are set up in punches that I throw in after I get out whatever I need to get out. And by the way, I don't use comedy as therapy. I have extensive therapists. So I get up there because I love doing it. And I know not everybody thinks I'm funny. I know not everybody thinks I'm ethical. And I know a lot of people are like, the way she functions, the way she does. I am me. That's what I give. And that's all I can give. And hopefully you will laugh or you will walk out and ask for your money back. But it's not going to be on my dime. Okay? No,
you know what I like about you is before you even said it, I knew that you were the most authentic comedian I've ever heard. That it's all real.
It is. That's another thing. I want, and it's super important for me to get up there and be real. Because I find the best comics for me are the ones that talk about the real shit, the real life, the real things, because that's what I relate to. I find that human nature does something very strange where we like to project our shit. We don't take accountability for who we are. The world doesn't take accountability, and that pisses me off so much. And we live in this box society has created of like, well, this is what is accepted. This is how it goes. And the next thing you know, and by the way, I've been a sheep. I've followed the herd. I'm not exempt, right? I'm not exempt. But I follow, I come out, I follow, I come out. We're conditioned. I'm done with the conditioning. It's not fair. We are not created. We are equal human beings. We come into this world the same. We die the same. We're made of blood. We're made of skin. That's what we are. I am sick of the bullshit. We've got it. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And so for me, it's like the more authentic I can be to myself, that's what I'm learning in comedy. That is like, oh my God, you don't have to wear the armor that you've worn your whole life to protect yourself. It's already there with the fake hair and the Botox, right? Like, I've already tried to numb everything and hide all of my life experience, okay? Like, that's how I'm doing it. But I don't want to hide my life experience in my soul, because I think that's the more open we are and the more real we are, we allow other people to step into their personal realness and their strength. And I think that, to me, if really, I love comedy, I love doing it. But for me, if I can touch you and you can look at me and go, oh my God, I felt that way. Oh my God, wow. You know, she's running up here in her gold wedgies and her fake hair in her face, and she's had fucked up shit happen her whole life. And she's 49 years old, and somehow she's holding it together. I can do that. She had a breakdown and made it through. I can do that. I can get through the tough shit because somebody else has done it. And they're making it look easy, and they're showing how hard it was. So I know that probably was a little too deep for.
Oh no! Oh my gosh! J-Lo would call it body goosies. You gave me body goosies.
Oh, good.
That was amazing.
Linda, you know, you've served. I mean, you're a vet. You do comedy. You're funny as hell. You say things that like no one expects to come out of your mouth, and I'm like, you own your beauty. You don't let people age you out, which pisses the hell out of me. It's not, if I hear another person say, women aren't funny, I'm like, really? Because I've sat with a lot of men talking about their dick size and who they're gonna fuck for 20 fucking minutes, and I talk about how my vagina went gray and you're all traumatized. Well, how do you think I felt? It's my vagina. Shit. So,
you know what? I always thought Bette Midler was so hilarious, but and Joan Rivers, but they got nothing on you. Nothing.
Listen, I love Joan Rivers. That woman was a fucking fighter. That woman, the world, Joan Rivers. Oh my God, Bette Midler. Oh my God, I'm gonna go blank. Hold on, there's so many that are just coming to my mind. Phyllis Diller.
Yes.
Come on. These women broke the barriers. These women went out there in a time and they were like, fuck this. And they suffered for it.
Yes.
They
greatly.
suffered. We actually live in a great time because and not because of the whole Me Too and we're all flying. We live in a great time because women are stepping into their power, and they're realizing how we can be anything we want. And we can actually turn around and tell men when they say, I don't want to hear about your vagina, or that's too edgy. And by the way, I had that this weekend where someone was like, hey, listen, don't do these jokes. And I was like, and I listened to it, right? It was a great lesson for me. And I was like, oh no, from now on, you're getting. I don't know why I was sensitive. I had a lot of stuff going on, so I wasn't like in my full power of like fuck you. So I was like, okay. And it's what I learned this trip, which I love because comedy, every show you learn, right?
Yes.
But I learned this one. I was like, never again. If I want to talk about my yoni or how I think everybody eats organic and it's a lie, and I'm going to talk about the fat, all of it. Like, I'm not going to filter myself anymore. That is what makes me me. And don't go back there. So, yeah, we are in a time where we can break through.
Yes. I want to know, we have about 10 minutes left. I want to know, you've spoken about empowerment and what, like your passion in comedy, but is there a specific mark in the future when you will know that you have arrived? Like for me, it would be doing comedy at Madison Square Garden. Then that's what the day that I'll go, I did it. I made it. Do you have one of those?
I do. I want to, first I want to do a Netflix special. Because, not because I want to do like, hey, I have a Netflix special. I actually think I have a big message, and I'm still finding my voice within the message because some of it's hard to talk about, right? Nobody really, it's hard to talk about. You had a sick kid his whole life and you felt this way and make it funny. Although I'm tapping into that, or I had a breakdown and comparing it to a car and saying like I had a breakdown and it wasn't on the 405 freeway because it would have been a lot easier. I could have called AAA, shit like that, where I want to talk about, which somebody was like, it's more like a TED talk. And I'm like, actually, no, because I'm me and I want it to be where, hey, this is the crazy shit. Like Maria Bamford, she always talks about what's going on in her life and she makes it so fucking funny. Like, oh my God. So that kind of thing. But my real passion, to be quite honest, I love comedy. I love doing it. I always want to do it. I think it's fun. I love producing shows because I'm a little bit of a control freak. But I would love to be a host on a show with other women, or have like a comedic view where we go deep and wide, and that's not a sexual reference because I have a small vagina, so it's not a lot of depth there. Okay, just saying. But where we talk. We have a real, but it can't be on NBC because of course I'll be canceled. But where we talk about real things, that's not just female issues, but how there's a spiritual connection and our faith in whatever, but to really an authentic talk show where we go in and talk about the real shit, but not edited version and PC version and a pretty version where we have an audience and afterwards we're like, you get a car and you get a car and you get, but like, it's more like afterwards, it's like, you're going to feel better and you're going to feel not so fucked up and you can do it. And that's really what I want to host a humorous talk show. Or I want to host a travel show where I go to restaurants and eat food and just talk shit about it. Like, you're a Michelin star restaurant and you gave me a P for 6, entrees. Like, come on, dude. Like, come on. I get it. But like a P with a little sauce on a basil is not going to fill me up if I'm drinking 6 bottles of wine tonight. Like, come on. It's not going to work, okay? I can't get shit-faced before I've sampled and then critiqued your meal. So, that's, I think, I do have a gift of gab, and I love talking to people about where they are in their lives, and I want to empower young people, old people, everybody. Even though I told everybody at the last show they were dying, I don't know how empowering that was, but I actually am not I'm not scared to die.
Me neither.
And I don't want to suffer, and neither do you. And that's what, that's the part. Like, you know what? Just do me a favor and take me out. Like, please, just take me out. Oh my God, I even think I did a joke with these people. Like, I'm saying, I'm ready to die, but I don't want to die having sex with somebody because I don't want to be responsible for that. Like, I was like, I don't want them to feel guilty for years. Oh, Jesus, I killed her. Oh, of course, probably be happy and be like, my dick was so big, I killed her. Fuck her to death. Look at me go. Um, but that's really what my goal is to have a show like that where we can get, and I don't want just females. I want men. I want all types. I want everybody. I want funny people, but where we're not just sitting here trying to be funny, right? It's like, because
Yes.
that comes out naturally when you tell the truth. Funny people
Yes.
comedians telling the truth is the funniest thing ever all the time because naturally we can't help it, right? You have one-liners that you smack down all the time just by saying, I don't know, you did a post the other day. Oh God, what was it? It was, I just started cracking up. It was like, you're like, something
Thank
about
you.
you were sick, and you were like, I'm trying to get, there's a problem with me. It was with the doctors, and you were like, I've got all these doctors diagnosing me or something. And then and I don't know what your tag was because my mind is a little cloudy right now. But it was so funny because you're like, I wish they diagnosed me for sex or something. Like they're not diagnosing me for the right. And I was like, you're so right on. It's like here you are making fun of what you're going through. That's
Yes.
amazing. That's what we do.
Thank you so much. I want you to tell everybody in the closing minutes anything inspiring and everywhere to follow you and where you're performing, where they can catch you.
Okay, I first of all, I'm predominantly on Instagram because the social media outlet, it takes too much of my time. Instagram already takes too much of my time. I'm on Facebook as Jessica Winther or Jessica Edwards. I don't even know. I am on Facebook. I pump stuff through there a little bit, but I'm just living loud on Instagram. I've been told by my agent I got to tweet more. Again, I would rather be writing and living my life than living it on social media. I'm sorry. I do my best. I've got a bunch of shows coming up. I've got a show tonight at 10:30 with, I think it's called Funny Women. Oh my God, this is where my head is at. I've got all these shows. It's a UK comedy competition. I've got a show at Flappers on Saturday. It's a live show. I've got a show on the 30th. Just follow my Instagram. I've got a shitload of shows coming up. I produced a show. It's at the Comedy Chateau in North Hollywood on August 13th. I've got another show at Vitello's with some big headliners on August 25th.
Wendy Liebman?
No, I don't have Wendy Liebman on that show.
She does the Vitello show, homegrown comedy.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
Well, this is my show that I'm doing there, the Comedy
Wow.
Circus. Yeah, I know. So I've got Adam Hunter. Oh my God, I've got Christine Peak. Yeah, I like to pull in local, powerful. I mean, Adam's all over the place in the last comic standing. He's got all this stuff going on. But I try to pull on comedians on my show that I think are funny and not just names. I like to have people that I personally get a kick out of, and not just the draw of the name. I know that's not very appealing. Like everyone's like, da, 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 I want this person, but I prefer that. Yeah, and I've got stuff happening. It just keeps coming up, and I'm so behind because I'm exhausted from this Chicago trip and the fact that my kid has COVID, and I'm super stressed out of my mind. I know.
I'll keep that in my prayers, I'll tell you.
Thank you.
You have my prayers. I found out yesterday that 10 of my 13 family members have COVID now.
Yeah.
It's serious. This new strain is like.
It's really shitty, and I guess the hardest part is my son has an autoimmune disorder, and so he's had a lot of health issues. So he was the only one in our house that didn't get vaxxed. And we've been trying to really protect him and keep him. I mean, he hasn't left the house in a year and a half, pretty much. And this new strain, he went to a Dodger game, and he's very cautious. He's very aware. He's like super healthy, and he got it. And I was like, okay. I knew either way, if he was going to get vaxxed, he was going to have a reaction. If he got COVID, he was going to be screwed. Either way, he was going to be screwed. So we'll see how this goes. But he's really strong, and he's got a really good mindset. And so I have to say, your mindset is a lot of this. It's not going to take you out. Don't think like it's going to take you out, and really focus on taking in the energy and powering through. And, you know, it's his 21st birthday today, and I'm standing in the front yard of our house. We're all masked up, and I hate that I can't touch him. And I'm vaxxed, but I'm like, fuck that. I'm not playing that game. So luckily his father is here, and he is quarantining with him. So that is a saving grace, because normally his father's gone. He works in the movie business, so he's out of town. So it all worked the way it was supposed to, because I trust in the universe that much that I know there are no accidents in this world. Everything happens for a reason, and it's what you do with that. It's what you do with what you get. So I'm waking up in a good mood. My daughter's been quarantining because she was exposed. So we're going to get COVID tested right now. I was flying on literally United Airlines, and I am going to say this out loud, packed plane. I had glasses, I had a mask. I was like, oh my God, everyone just stop breathing for 4 hours, please. Okay? Just stop breathing.
Jeez.
I mean, what? It's like hilarious that this is the shit that's going down. And I get it, everybody needs money. And I get it, we want to close. Everyone's like, we can't close. But my God, what about just common sense? Split it up a little. Don't pack it. Airlines, you'll be fine. The government funded the shit out of you. Get over it.
Totally.
It's like, come on. I'm so sick of this shit. So I'm getting
sick of it.
I am, and I'm getting sick of people like being rude about it.
Yes.
That's my problem. I understand the fear of vaccines. I don't know why I'm going on this tangent. You'll probably cut this out. But I understand the fear of vaccines. I understand them. When people are like, just do it. Nobody wanted the vaccine. None of us wanted this shit in our body. I get it. I do not want it. It is the dark cloud. It is terrifying. I freaked out. I had anxiety, and I got it. And I had reactions. I got a cyst on my chest. I have a lump in the left side of my breast now. I got heart stuff. But here's the thing. And I'm not promoting vaccines, by the way. Okay. I'm just saying this is my experience. But if you're not going to get vaxxed, don't be fucking selfish. Quarantine yourself. Wear a mask. Give a shit about other people. Take care of us. We're taking care of you. That's it. I couldn't vax my kids, so I get it, you know? But be good to each other.
Please, you know, like if a pandemic doesn't make people start caring about each other, what the hell are we in this thing for?
Well, that's what was supposed to happen. We were supposed to be doing introspective work. I started early because I had a breakdown. But and half my life is over, and that's what you do at this point. But we were supposed to come out of this being kinder, generous, caring more about, this was supposed to be spiritual growth. And everybody came out like they were all cracked out zombies and all oh my God. And I have a joke that I do, and I'm going to share it, where I'm like, what the fuck would Anne Frank say right now to all of you? What? If you don't know who she is, look her up, okay? She was a little girl who lived in an annex in Europe. Oh my God, I'm going blank. In Amsterdam for 761 days with her family, hiding out from the Nazis, eating nothing, tiptoeing, holding her urine, couldn't pee, and all these people getting out of this crying, and they're like, oh my God, the world is a mess. Bitch, you had free Netflix, you had free Pornhub, and you got the extra Pornhub. You got on whatever, they were giving the free extra stuff. Now you got to pay for it again. And you had food delivered. Come on. Really? And you're crying about how hard it was? Anne Frank got out of that annex thinking she was going to freedom, and that girl ended up in a camp, and not the kumbaya kind, okay? It took her frickin' life. There were no water sports, where there were water sports, but waterboarding sports. But like, this was not okay. The campfire looked a lot different in these fucking camps, people. We got it good. Get the hell over yourself. Take care of each other.
Yes. I have to go, and you are the most fabulous guest ever. Oh my God, you're so hysterical. You guys, if you're watching, Jessica Winther, Just Living Loud on Instagram, follow her, support her comedy, support her rise. You're going to see her on Netflix and much more. And your show, your movie is coming out, The Aftermath.
Don't worry. It's just a little tidbit of me. That you get more of me on the stage than you do in the movie.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Jessica.
Thank you, Linda, for having me and letting me do my rant today.
Oh, please come back anytime and plug anything you're doing. I mean it, 5-10 minutes. I'll always fit you in.
Oh, thank you. You are the sweetest lady. And by the way, follow Linda because she's funny as hell.
Thank you, Jessica. Oh my gosh, can you say that again?
Follow Linda because she's funny as hell.
Thank you. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.